Oh, I'm going extra crazy. I'm going extra crazy tonight. Well, it's not tonight no more. It's 5:33 in the morning. I've been up all night. I've been up all night because, oh man, I went out and I got an inspiration to just go out and do some good deeds in North Las Vegas all of a sudden yesterday. So I went up to the areas up there by Jerry's Nugget and on North Las Vegas Boulevard, and I went over to the McDonald's drive-through and I bought 20 bags of McDonald's, each one with a cheeseburger and French fries. And then I went around to the individuals that were kind of scattered. Cause I didn't want to cause any kind of a scene, because I didn't really have enough money to buy more than that. So I didn't really, if I went over to the place where there's a lot of people already sitting around in the same area, that probably would get noticed more, and people would start coming. I wouldn't have enough. Plus, most of those people have tents, so they're already better off than the ones you see over by the dumpsters and stuff around the neighborhoods, So that's where I went, and I just kind of went back in the back alleys and over. I ended up over at the strip club by accident, the Palomino. I didn't mean to do that, but hopefully no one got my picture with my Vegas for Locals sign on the side, driving through the Palomino. I'll deny it. I'll deny it. Well, how can I deny it? I was there. If they got my picture, I don't know. Well, I don't think many people look like me. I'll still deny it. Okay. Well, all right. Maybe I'll just tell them the truth. I was getting lost. I hope people would believe me, but I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I gave away all those burgers and stuff, and then I wished I had more money, and I'd used my credit card, but I just didn't want to spend any more than that. It's not that I didn't have it, it's just that I didn't really want to spend more than $100 on the stuff, and that was for a reason, and it's kind of childish. All right, just tell you why it was kind of childish. It's because Gray was trying to get me to give her $100 a week raise the last couple of days, and she's been not so really nice about it, even, not even asking nice. Like, she's kind of telling me, not as she asks for it, she's telling me why she deserves it and all this stuff, and I didn't even say no yet. I mean, I know she deserves it. She deserves more. I'd pay her a lot more than that if I could, but I'm not taking even a salary right now, so I can pay her current pay and my others' current pays, and that requires me to not take any money in. I'm not collecting nothing this year. So, and anyway, but I've been fine because I'm just using my income from my investments, which ain't a lot, but it's more than enough for me to live on, and it's actually substantially more than enough for me to live on the way I live. And I don't really have any real health issues. Well, I found out today I don't have cancer. Yesterday, because it's already morning. My doctor, Josh, called. And I thought he was just going to call because he's been mad at me lately. Because I wasn't getting my appointments made. And he's been calling me and saying, Tom, did you make your appointments? And I actually honestly just forgot about him. That happens to me. I call, I try to make the appointment, there's nobody there. I leave a voicemail, and then they call me back, and then they tell me something, and then I back and forth and all that, and I can't do that in my state of mind, the way with my stuff, I just can't. And so I forget about it. And anyway, then Josh, he called today and he said, what did he say? Oh, anyway, I thought I was in trouble, and I don't know. He's such a nice guy, Josh. God, man, saves my life from drinking and addiction, and puts me on Redison that saves my life, and gets me to go to counseling and go to rehab and go to oh God, why am I shouting? I'm in here by myself. It's not like I gotta shout. I don't know. I'm just excited, so I want to finish up what I'm gonna do. Tell you what I'm going to do. So I did out, and I handed out all the cash I had left in my wallet. That's what I did. And now I'd gone way over $100. So I wanted to just do the $100 because that was going to demonstrate that. So I wasn't going to give Gray the $100 at least this week because I didn't like her attitude. Okay. So she wasn't going to get it this week. But in order to spite her and show her a lesson that I thought she would get that would be a good lesson and a positive lesson, and she can't get mad at me for taking her pay that she didn't deserve and giving it to the homeless in the form of McDonald's. She can't get mad at me for doing that, okay? If I just kept it from her, because she knows she deserves it, and she knows I'm not paying it to her, right? That's a fact. But she also knows, I know she knows, that she hasn't been asking me right. And she hasn't been behaving herself lately either. I mean, my God, I already had to fire her once. And then I let her come back after she signed my, her papers of surrender. And now, after that, like not even a day after she signed those surrender papers, she starts violating almost every one of them again. Oh, shit. So now, that's been weeks since that happened, and now I'm ready to fire her again, practically the way she's been behaving. And then she comes and asks me for a raise. And she knows I'm mad at her, and she knows she's not been doing her work the way I want her to, and she knows that I'm pissed. And then asks me for a raise. So I didn't give her the raise, and I gave her money to the homeless. Well, the thing is, here's what I'm excited about. I'm going to go back today. And I'm going to do it all over again today. But today, I'm doing more. I'm going to get some bottles of water. I'm actually not giving out food today because they got a food bank that they can get food from. But I'm going to get some bottles of water on my credit card. I'm going to hand out bottles of water. And I was able to get out $400 yesterday. My bank at the Chase, where I got 50 grand sitting in my savings account, and they're doing nothing really that they get to make money off, and I don't get shit for interest on. And I don't know why I got it parked there, but I like having to know I got a little money in my ATM when I want it. Well, I go to their ATM and, well, shit, it's empty. And it didn't have, it said go somewhere else or something. I don't have time to do that. I had to go to the dispensary. For obvious reasons, for, my pain management and stuff. And so I got to go down there, and I wanted to get there before I went goddamn crazy. So I just went down there, and I suffered the fee for using my, whatever you call it, my debit card. Not my debit, yeah, my debit card. But the thing is, at the weed dispensary, because then they have a machine there, right? And that one worked. Well, it didn't work at first, and then I had to get it figured out because my goddamn fraud alert came up and something. And then I had a text message took care of that. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a weed dispensary. They saw I never charged there before, because I didn't think you could charge there. You could. Well, it's an ATM. It's not really charging, right? Okay. Anyway. Well, I'm going off on tangents again. I'm sorry, but well. That's just, part of the story there. And then, so I was able to get $400 out. So today I'm going to give out the rest of that $400 that I didn't spend on weed last night. And, that's, more than half of it. And, I'll give that out until that's gone. And then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to I'm going to go pick up Pete down at the trailer park. and Pete and I are going to go out and we're going to have Thanksgiving because I thought he was going to his trailer park's, whatever, community Thanksgiving thing, potluck. But it turns out that was yesterday. I mean, well, I've got my days confused. That was the day before. And, well, yeah, yesterday. That was yesterday and not today. So he's free like me for Thanksgiving. So I said, well, why don't we go have Thanksgiving? I don't even know where we're going to go yet. And we didn't even talk about it, but we're going to go have Thanksgiving. And then, well, that's going to be about my day. But I wanted to make the big announcement here on this video also is I got an email back from this woman that was out there and she had her grandbabies and I gave her the McDonald's and she said she's staying at the women's shelter. There's 130 other women, battered women in there, and then all those kids. And she asked me for my business card when I gave her those bags of McDonald's for her and the grandbabies, and so I gave it to her, and then she emailed me. I suppose that they have a computer there at the shelter for them to use. I don't suppose that she had an iPhone or nothing like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure. So it probably came from the places. And she went to my website and then went through like the contact us, even though she could have sent it to my personal email. But it's nice that she went into my website first because she wanted to. That makes it clear that she wanted to see what Vegas for Locals does. And that's consideration that, I noticed those kind of things because I appreciate the thank you she gave me so much. But I appreciate now even more because she didn't just go and use the email address on my business card and just send it off that way. This way, she went into my website. She looked around, I'm sure, because she had to find at least to go to the, contact me page. And then she contacted me there. And, that just shows me that she cared to look at my website. And that means a lot to me. I like that. So, and hopefully someday she'll be off her feet and back and happy again and have her grandbabies. And, living in a better place than the shelter with her. And then, maybe, who knows, if the Lord blesses her the way He blessed me, she could be back on her feet someday enough that she could afford to buy things from me on my website. I would hope that could happen, that she could buy show tickets to she could afford, she'd be doing good enough, she could buy Las Vegas show tickets, anyone she wanted to go to, because she'd be doing that well after all this that she's been going through. I have no idea what it is, but you don't end up down there with nothing, without a pretty, well, let's just say interesting story. But interesting ain't the word, and I'm not going to try to dig for the word because I'd come up with so many that I wouldn't be able to pick. So that's what I'm going to settle on. So anyway, I read her email. It was so nice. And she thanked me and she said that I had turned around an otherwise bad day. Without going into any detail about why it was a bad day. But in my mind, with my disease of schizophrenia, which I'm not afraid to talk about to people anymore. Actually, it's schizoaffective disorder, bipolar, and that kind of thing. So anyway, my mind thinks of 25 at least different possibilities for every single thing that there's any options or possibilities for, and sometimes many more than that 25. 25 is like the bare minimum. It can be up over 100, different possibilities for just everything that goes through my mind. I think of it all right there, and it's just like, shit. I mean, so for her to just say, well, because she'd had a bad day, oh my God. I'm like, well, I could think of so many things, but I'm not going to try. But I'm sure she had a bad day for one of those many reasons. When there's that many ways you can have a bad day in that state over there where she is, and she's better off than many of the others because she got a bed and a roof, and I'm sure a meal and a shower and a place to take care of her babies, of her child, and So she's taking care of her children's. And anyway, I was so humbled by this, and I just decided at that time that I want to do more and starting now. So I'm going to go there today and give away this money, but I'm going to immediately start giving away as much as I can from my own personal money for the rest of this year. And then beginning in the next year, I am going to divert my entire CEO salary of $200,000 in 2022 to paying for these kind of things I'm going to do. And I'm going to get other people to help me with the things. So I'm not going to be the only one out there passing out cash or bottles of water or McDonald's or doing whatever I end up start doing. But I want to do a lot more than that. I want to get some people housed. So I've already got a guy picked out down there that if I see him again today, I think I'm going to start interviewing him a little bit about, he won't know that's what I'm doing, but he talked to me for quite a while today and would have talked to me for a lot longer, but he has schizophrenia. I knew it, and obviously I can see that in people. He got it worse than I did before I got on medication, that's for sure, but he needs help, and he graduated from a community college in California. And Anna something. I thought he said Anaheim, but then it wasn't that. It was something else. It was a community college, Anna something, but not Anna. Anyway, then he had a degree in business from there, and that he also had some other kind of technical certification or something, and then he speaks 2 languages. He's bilingual. He's got this business plan for a way to help the homeless more, and he's homeless himself. Is just an amazing guy, and I want to try to help him more. And then I gave him, more money than I gave the other guys, but he also gave me something. He wanted to give something back to me, and so he gave me this popcorn machine, the kind that looks like the popcorn wagon. Or cart, the popcorn cart, the big one where they can make the popcorn and you can get it out of there. They got it at bars and stuff, like over by the pool table usually or something like that. And you just help yourself to popcorn, and they make it fresh all the time in there. Yeah, but this one's a tiny version of that kind of thing. It's like the home game. But anyway, he had one. It was all beaten up. It didn't have all the parts and everything, but it meant something to him, and he wanted to give it to me, and I accepted it. And I'm going to polish it up a little bit. Maybe I won't. I just clean it a little bit and then put it somewhere safe where I can just remember it when I see it and remember who gave it to me. And his name was AJ. I want to keep trying to help him a little bit, and he'll accept my help. I think he's a good candidate for me to sponsor somebody. And if I can just start sponsoring kind of secretly, because I don't want to, I'm telling all you guys, but, among the homeless and the others I'm down there helping, I don't want anyone to know I'm helping just one person a lot more, because that's, I can't help everybody that way. But I can help one person at a time right now. And hopefully later I can help more. But I hope that, I'm thinking about it, doing it kind of like a small business incubator, which is what I want to do at Vegas for Locals. That's the way I want to start helping small business owners in my community succeed and thrive. By me offering an incubator model out here somewhere, probably in Henderson, where we're going to put a whole bunch of resources together for them to come, and for a lot lower price, if any, that they would have to pay if they had to go out and source all this stuff individually, if they even knew where and how to get all these resources that help you in business. And I'm not just talking about things. I'm talking about ideas and whatever, mentoring and things like that. But I want to do the same thing, I think, with the homeless. Just a bit like an incubator. The incubator that takes them from homeless, just like a chick in a chicken's barn, and a chick is helpless at first and needs some nurturing and needs its mother and needs all kinds of things. Needs the right environment, needs a food source, needs water, needs a lot. Needs to be kept away from harm and bad weather and things like that. And then, you help them. First, you protect them from whatever things that they might have that are right now maybe taken so much away from them they can't concentrate on their business that they need help with right now, and then bring them in and start teaching them things, and then after they learn things they can start teaching the next round of people, and I don't know if I'm talking about the business one or now or the homeless one, but anyway, I'm going to get to the point here. I'm going to give all of my salary for 2022 throughout the year and start helping people, and I'm going to get a press release out about that. I asked my assistant Gray and my executive assistant Darelli and my director of public relations and social media Gray to handle that for me today. So I hope they do. If they don't, I'm going to do it myself. But I'm going to get this press release out hopefully today on Thanksgiving. Yeah, definitely today on Thanksgiving, but it'll be hopefully by them or by me. But they don't want to, I think they're, I don't know if they're going to even check their emails today. So I hope they do, but I don't know. So I'm not going to bother with a phone call or anything. It'll probably end up being me. Now, I can write a press release. It'll just take me a lot longer. It won't be as good. But anyway, the points that matter. So that's all I had to say. Tom Wilkinson. I'm the CEO over it at vegasforlocals.com in Henderson, Nevada. And we support inclusion. And I hope you do too. And that's it for now. Bye.